After 10,000 hours of prompting AI, I found 5 tips that work every single time. Most people miss tip number 3 and is the most vital. In the next 5 minutes, I'll show you these 5 tips to get perfect AI results on your first try. No more back and forth, no more wasted time. Let's get to it. All right, first we need to understand how does AI actually give us a response and how does it work in the back end so that we can utilize it to our advantage. If you know how it works, it's going to be a lot easier to understand how to give it information and why it does what it does. So it works first on its core knowledge. Okay, so core knowledge is whatever information it was trained on, the model, which most of them, they just have information literally about everything. So it's like it's gone to high school and college and learn about literally everything in the world so that it has all that information in its brain. Okay, so that's like all its core knowledge. And then when we ask it a question, it's going to pull from this information, right? How to actually do the things that or give you a response. But how does it's going to pull it is that it's going to take and imagine it's a big game of fill in the blanks, right? Hi, my name is. Okay. So when we have that information, first information, my name is, it's going to take all that information and give you and think about what's going to be the next possible or the highest probability answer or word actually that comes after this. Okay. And so if it was Claude, for example, it's going to say Claude because that's what it was trained on. But then if you actually say and tell it that, hey, you're now going to act as John and you're a world-class marketer, then it's going to take that information and it's going to say here, oh, actually, my name is John, right? Okay. And what do? I'm a marketer. And then it's going to, if you keep asking the question, it's going to think about what's going to be the best next word in the sentence. And so that it's going to pull it out. Okay, so marketer, if you ask, whatever. And then it's going to keep doing that literally on every single word is going to take the meaning of that, of the sentence behind it and all the information behind it, and it's going to think about what's going to be the next best word to utilize in our sentence, okay? And so it's basically like this is an oversimplified version of what it does, but that's pretty much where it is. It just does calculations in machine learning so that it finds what's going to be the best next word. And that's why it's so important to give it the right information in the right context so that it filters out the information that it wants, that we want to utilize from its core and whatever info we give it, so it can pull both things together. Because every single time you give it information, it's going to pretty much analyze what it knows, so what the information it has, plus the information that you give it, okay? Plus all this info that you give it. So let's say if you give it some sort of training documents, or you continue chatting with it and becomes a really long chat, okay? So it's all that information plus your chat information that you've already talked to and the answers that it's given you. That's going to be taken into account as to what it's going to think about to give you the next word or the next answer, right? And build your next questions. So that's why I'm going to give you 5 different little tips that are going to utilize this knowledge so you can then create your own steps and create your own agents and understand really why you're getting the answers that you're getting. Because sometimes this is not going to be a 100% accurate, that it's always going to give you the right or the same answers because of the input that you give it. If you change the input, the output is going to be dramatically different, okay? And that's why it's extremely important to give it the right prompting, the right information at the beginning so that you get the right output, okay? So the input is the most important thing to get the result that you want, okay? So I'll put it here as a little demo to really solidify this so you can see it. And so interactive demonstration, actually build this little app here with Claude in like 5 minutes. So it says right here, if I give you minimal context, we need an ad for a software product. The AI confidence level is going to be kind of low. So the prompt is that write an ad headline for a software product. It's going to give you something like this. Discover the software solution you've been looking for. It has very broad information, so we don't really have all that input. If you give it a little bit more, you can say, hey, we need an ad for project management software that helps teams collaborate remotely. Okay, so now someone has a little bit more context on what the software does. It's going to give you seamless collaboration anywhere. Transform remote project management today. And then if we give it a more detailed context, right? So we need an ad for project management software called TaskFlow, help manage marketing teams collaborate remotely. Our target audience is marketing directors at agencies who struggle with team coordination across time zones. Software features high real-time updates, zone time conversions, and customizable workflows. See? Brand voice is professional but friendly. So the response would be TaskFlow, help your marketing teams synchronize across time zones, real-time collaborations that fit your workflow. Okay, so there's a lot more targeted to what we're looking for because we give it so much information that it can actually take this and create a headline for us. Then you can also give it a specific headline structures that you can utilize, and that it can pull both things together and give you a better headline, right? So that's why if we keep building it, we keep giving it more and more and more information about what we want, then you can get a lot better outputs, okay? That's why most people that utilize this type of input, they get really crappy results, and then they say, oh, AI doesn't work. It's really bad at doing X, Y, and Z, but in reality is the user that doesn't know how to use it correctly, okay? So let's refresh this. So the first thing that I utilize for pretty much anything that is AI related, it's a little thing that I called the 3 Ps. Okay, so you want to remember this for anything that you do AI related with chat. So you can use it pretty much anything. And this is present, perfect, and probe. Okay. So every single time we're talking to an AI, we want to present all the information that we have or pull it from it, which I'll show you in a second. Perfect, which I'll show you how. And I utilize a ranking system for this typically. And probe. I want to probe it, make sure that we can, it's good enough, or we can actually do better. Okay. So present, perfect, and probe. Give it an example here. I'm going to do, let's say I'm going to ask it to help me create a Google Ads campaign. So let's say I give it, I have a little training, a small training here about Google Ads that I'm going to give it to it. So what I'd say is I need help creating a Google Ads campaign for our dentist client. Okay. In Florida. All right. So I want to give it as much information as I can in here in Florida, and I need you to create a campaign structure. Doesn't matter if you're misspelling some stuff. I'm just going too fast here. You'll understand anyways. To create a campaign structure with ad groups and ads. We have a budget of $100 a day. Okay. And here is a training on how to create Google Ads campaigns. Okay. So I just pasted a little training there. And so that this is pretty much the percent part. So we're presenting this information. You can put more info in here just for demo purposes. I'm not going to write the whole thing, but you can put here who they're targeting specifically, what kind of services they sell, and all that. Okay. Let's just put here what kind of service they do, so we have a little bit more info. They want to promote. They want to promote cleaning, dental cleaning. Okay. Boom. So we presented what we needed, and then we also gave it some knowledge on how we want the campaigns to be structured, okay? And then what it's going to do, it's going to give us campaign structure, ad group structure, following your recommendation to focus on 1 or 2 keyword themes for small budget campaign accounts. Ad group 1, boom, broad match, seg match, good. So it gives us all the information that we want. Some negative keywords, ad copies, great. Budget allocation, and we gave us everything, pretty much. Yep. Tracking optimization, blah, blah, blah. This is from our little training that I gave it. Yep. So you can give it and upload all that information and all the training if you want. That's kind of presenting. So that's one of the ways of presenting, giving it the instructions, clear info, and giving it a little training on how you want the output to be. Okay, that's one of the things. Now, if you don't have any specific trainings and you want to get the best out of it, what you can do is, I'm actually going to take this first thing. I'm going to copy this. Okay. Because of the little information that we want. Okay. So now, if I actually don't have any specific trainings on a topic and I actually want to get the best response possible, I can pull the context out of it, out of the AI with the right questions. Okay. So let's say I need you. Typically what I do is I just ask it to act as a person or as the expert. Okay. But it's not enough just to ask it to ask as the expert. I want to pull the information out of it. So I need to act as a Google Ads manager expert. Okay. Now tell me what is the top, what are the top 5 important things a winning campaign most have in order to successful for lead generation. Okay, so we're gonna ask here to tell us what's going to be the most important things. And why we're doing is because, once again, this is as if I'm giving it the context of what needs to happen in order to get the best results that I want, right? So this way we are putting into the chat, into the information that we have, right? What's going to be the most important stuff to get the successful lead generation campaign, okay? Now, I can share 5 more things: clear targeting strategy, compelling landing page experience, conversion tracking implementation, strategic bidding, continuous testing and optimization. Great. Then we can go a little bit deeper. All right. So I want to get as much info as I can from it so that we get the best results. And so clear targeting strategy. Okay. Now let's elaborate on each of these. Clear targeting strategy, keyword research, audience segmentation, geographic targeting, ad schedule optimization. Okay. I'm actually using this, or 3 P's in here actually. So we're going to perfect and probe, present, perfect, and probe for everything. So we just presented the first thing, then we're going to perfect it. So we're going to actually pull as much information as we can. And then we're going to say, give me this is the best possible strategy we can use to get the best results. I like asking it and having it correct itself if it's need to. Most of the time it does, and it says, oh wait, actually we can do better. And this is what it does. Strong foundation Google Ads. There's no single best strategy that works perfectly for all businesses. The most effective approach combines those core elements. Great. That said, here's some more advanced tactics and top performing campaigns often incorporate intent-based audience layering, funnel-based approach, quality score optimization, responsive ads. Okay, great. Okay, so let's say we have as much info as we can, and then we ask the the same question. Hey, now I need help creating Google Ads campaign for a dentist in Florida, blah, blah, blah. So we're giving the same stuff. Boom. Okay. Great. So now we got campaign 1, dental cleaning services. Give me that group, negative keywords, example of the ad description, everything. Okay. And then give us all the info. So then how we perfect this, I like to use a ranking system after it's giving me outputs like this on the page recommendation. So let's say, for time's sake, I'm just gonna do for one of the things, okay? But you can do it for anything. I'm just gonna do it for the ads, okay? So let's say I want to get the best. We got ad group 1, let's use it for one of them. Campaign, ad group 1, general dental cleaning. Now for the ad group, general dental cleaning, give me the best 10 ads we can get, and then rate them to finally give me the top 3 highest performing ads. Okay, so it's going to give you as much information. It's going to check its information, and then it's going to give me what it believes is going to be the best. This is another form of giving it context, because it's writing all the ads and then perfecting it by it checking itself, pretty much. Top 3 highest performing ads. Ad 2. 79 dental cleaning special. At 5, dental cleaning plus free exam. And at 8, preventive dental cleaning, avoid costly problems. Great. So you give it a rating of 9.5, 10, 9.2. Okay. And then we can probe it even further, so we can keep asking, okay, so how we can make this even better. I noticed none of them have a 10 out of 10 ranking. How can we make sure they are all 10 out of 10 ads? Okay. You're absolutely right. For aim for perfection, let's transform this into 10 out of 10 performers by applying best practices for Google Ads in the dental industry. Great. I'd want 79 complete dental cleaning, same day appointments. This was better than before. And this one, free exam with dental cleaning, limited time offer. Stop gum disease now, preventive dental cleaning. Great. See? So we kept probing it. We kept giving it context. So the context that we actually ask it to give us information for the context, right? Just like I told it to give me 10 ads. And then I told it to rank itself, okay, from that context. He gave us the best 3 ads. And then we probed it a little further and, hey, how can we actually make this even better? Give us the best that we can. Boom. So basically those 3 steps. And I did that multiple times, as you've seen from the beginning, okay, of the conversation. And that's pretty much gave us the best 3 ads. Okay. And this you can keep doing. Okay, now give it for the second ad group and tell me what are going to be the best ones and so forth. You can keep going it that way. Okay. But for time's sake, I'm not going to do it because it's going to be too much. So that's percent perfect and pro for you. Now the next one, it's going to be if we get too long of chats, what we want to do is actually create new chats. That's the other tip for you. If you are real deep in here in this conversation and you just keep asking questions, it can happen that you are actually going to get lower quality results once you have a really long conversation, because, like I said before, you have the whole context of the core plus all your information in the chat. And if you've had some not very good outputs in your chat that you've been having to correct them, right, over time, like I just did, then it's going to actually utilize the meaning of all those ads before and all that information before, plus the good ones for the bad ones, and then gives you an output, okay, based on that, right? So the best thing you can do when you have very long chats and you've seen the actual results kind of diminish a little bit, then what you can do is you can just take the winning stuff out of it and then use it in a new chat as a context, okay? And then you can say, hey, these are our winning ads. These are the best ads that we've had so far. Now I need you to create these other ads for this other type of service that we're selling for the dentists, right? So that it has only the best stuff to work with at the beginning, and then it's going to create more that are similar to that, okay? That's one of the most important infos. The other ones are going to be adding examples as the other tip. Adding examples is extremely important if you already have the type of output that you want. So you can add examples in there, or of, let's say, structures of the ads, how you want them. You can put it in the context. So kind of the first information that you're going to give it, put it in there, the type of examples you want. If you're doing anything that is related to styling or anything like that, I like to use dribble.com, which is, it has pretty much anything on design. Like top designers put their stuff in here so that you can use, let's say if you're using a landing page or mobile app, a logo design, and pretty much anything. You could just use the, let's say this, I'm gonna save this image. And then let's say I want to code something, like a little calculator or something, and I want it to look like this. I can say, use extended thinking for coding. And we can say, code me an ROI calculator using the style from the app and the photo. Boom. And then what's going to do is going to take this information. Hey, it's not even an it's not even a calculator, but it's going to take this style and create a visual that's going to look something like this. Okay, take the colors, take the pretty much anything out of it. Okay, or you can ask it to extract the information from, or extract the style from this app. Okay, so you can have the actual text of the style of it, and then you can create an app with it, or anything pretty much. Okay, so I like putting it as much information as you can, or photos of it, so that it knows how to utilize it. See, created the calculator, looks very similar to the style. So there you have it. Okay, very simple, just adding examples to it. Then breaking big tasks into small one is another one. So whenever you have, it's going to always perform better when you have a big task. Like, let's do one that's going to be for a book writing, let's say, because it's the big task. Instead of writing a whole book, what we can do, help me write a book on AI marketing, let's say. It's pretty broad. So what you want to do is actually, instead of doing this, was if you just hit play, yeah, if you just send it, it's going to write pretty much the whole thing. Yeah, outline, and then it's probably going to start writing. This is the draft. Yes, it's good, and then it's just going to keep writing, right? Kind of the first topic of it. It's just going to write the whole thing. So what you actually want to do is actually break this stuff down into chunks. So first thing, and if you don't have the best strategy to break it in chunks, you can just ask it to break it in chunks. So what I'm going to do is help me write a book on AI marketing. And I'm going to put here, what are the best... I need you to break it down into small steps so that we can accomplish the best possible. Okay. Step-by-step guide on writing your AI marketing book. 1. Define your book's core purpose and audience. Research current AI marketing landscape. Outline your book structure. Research each chapter topic. Develop chapter content. Add engagement elements. Okay, see? Now we have a 10-step plan to do this. And then we can break it down even further in each step. Now, how can we break this one down? Smaller steps to get the best results. Boom. That's going to give it to us. This is a very good strategy to use when you're coding with it. When you're doing AI coding, you ask it to break it down in small chunks first, and give it to you in phases. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, so on. And then have it work on one phase at a time. Okay. But here, let's see. Step 1, identify book's primary goal. Step 2, clarify specific problems. Step 3 is step 4. Okay, and that way we can actually do one thing step by step, and you're going to get a lot better output. It's going to take longer for sure, but if you want actually real good stuff, then you're going to take a longer time to do it step by step. So you have the best information possible. Okay, so you always want to break it down. Anything that you have a really big task to tackle, you want to break it down into small phases so that you get the best results. Okay. And that way also, if you have a long chat, it's going to have all the information from those steps, and the next step is going to have that context from the previous steps. Okay, so you're always going to have more context that it's specific to the output you want. Okay, and last one is going to be utilize AI to prompt AI. Okay, that's one of the biggest things. So if you don't know how to get the best context or the best information out, let's say I can ask AI to help me. Let's say I need you to help me build an effective prompt. The words I utilize are also important. So if you put effective or if you don't put effective, you might get a different output versus putting effective or the best prompt or the most effective prompt or a world-class prompt, right? So always use the adjectives. They're very important. Effective prompt 2, build a calculator for our marketing campaigns. Boom. Upload an effective prompt, and then it's going to put the prompt here, goal, boom. And then you can keep asking it questions to refine it and give you better. You can check it out and see if this is all you need or you need more information. You can actually ask it to ask you the right questions to build this stuff, okay? Or just ask me all the questions you might need to build the best possible calculator. And then you can ask it to ask you. So it's just going to ask all the stuff, and then you can fill it out easily, and then it's going to give you the best prompt to do it. Works really well. So just use AI to help you talk to AI. And it's actually really good. See, so you have a bunch of questions here. And that's pretty much how you have the best possible outputs, utilizing those simple steps. Thank you. Wait, the exact AI agent that I use is in the description below. I put all my agents and resources in there for you as well. But it won't stay free forever. These systems have allowed me to free up 80% of my time and focus on the right stuff to grow and help others grow. Now you can use them too. I'm giving it all away for you to succeed today. Also, just do me a quick favor and tap the red button below for me so you don't miss the next video. And I guarantee it's gonna be fire. See you soon.